My dear friends, the feast of the chair of Saint Peter the Apostle, this particular feast refers to the keys, the power of the keys mentioned in today's gospel. The power of the keys given by the Lord to the first among the apostles. And I'm referring to Saint Peter. This particular celebration, my dear friends, honors the role of the papacy in teaching, sanctifying, and governing the church along the way of Christ. The Lord entrusted the power to loose, the power to bind to the church through the ministry of the apostles, and in particular, through the ministry of Saint Peter. Emphasis, the only one to whom the Lord gave the keys of the kingdom of heaven. Hence the primacy of Peter. Hence the primacy, the important role of the Bishop of Rome. Please remember, my dear friends, the power of this office does not emanate from the incumbent. The power of this office does not come from the one holding the office. No. The grace of office comes from the one who alone chooses who gets to tend God's flock. And I'm referring to our Lord Jesus Christ, our chief shepherd, our eternal high priest. That is why, if you have noticed, my dear friends, in salvation history, in church history, all occupants of the chair of Peter are far from being perfect. I'm not so sure if you have read a book, but there is a book written in the 1960s entitled The Bad Popes. The Pope features, if I'm not mistaken, if my memory serves me right, 8 controversial popes who did more harm than good to the church. Yet the papal office remains strong. Why? As I have said, the grace of this office, the power of this office does not come from the incumbent, not from the popes, but from the Lord himself. Consider Peter, for instance, the first pope. He was far from being perfect. Number 1, he denied the Lord 3 times. Not only that, when he was leader already, he was very hesitant to welcome Gentiles into the church. Third, if you remember, if you read the Pauline letters, once St. Paul opposed Peter to his face because of his hypocrisy. See, our first pope, Peter, was far from being perfect, yet the grace of office helped him live up to the demands of the mission, purifying him and making him holy. So what lesson can we learn from this? My dear friends, let's not fret, let's not worry if we think our church leaders are far from being perfect. No, let's not worry. The Lord will not allow his flock to go untended. And so, what must we do? Let's continue praying for church leaders. Let's continue praying for the Pope. Because in the end, it is the Lord's power governing the church. Power sanctifying the church. The Lord's power teaching the church through the Petrine ministry. Please find time to read and pray over the Catechism of the Catholic Church, paragraphs 551 to 553. Catechism of the Catholic Church, 551 to 553.